In 1932, Australia did something no country should ever have to admit to. After World War I, thousands of veterans were given farmland out west. A fresh start, courtesy of the government. It did not go great.
The land was dry. The prices were low. It was the Depression. Everyone. And then, right on cue, 20,000 emus showed up.
Every year they migrate inland after breeding season. This year, they found a buffer.
Fences trampled. Water holes drained. Wheat fields.
The farmers, many of them literal war veterans, did the obvious thing. They asked their government for help.
And somehow, government said yes.
Minister of Defense Sir George Pearce approved sending in the military. Against birds.
2 Lewis machine guns. 10,000 rounds of ammunition.
And just so nobody would miss it, they arranged for a newsreel crew to film the whole thing.
Leading the operation, Major G.P.W. Meredith of the Royal Australian Artillery. With him, Sergeant McMurray and Gunner O'Halloran.
3 trained soldiers, 2 machine guns, against birds with a brain the size of a walnut.
This is where it gets good.
November 2nd, 1932. Campion, Western Australia. The mission. Local farmers spotted a group of about 50 emus and tried to herd them toward the guns. Textbook plan.
The emus did not read the textbook.
The second the birds got close, they split into small groups and scattered in every direction.
Meredith held fire, waiting for a better shot. By the time he opened fire, the emus were already out of range. They regrouped. Tried again. This time the gun actually connected. 12 emus down.
And then the Lewis gun jammed. Of course it did. The rest of the flock, all several hundred of them left in that group, ran off completely unharmed.
Round 1, emus. Meredith regrouped his men and picked a new target, a dam where the emus came to drink. Set up an ambush. Waited.
This time, more emus showed up than expected. Over 1,000 of them. They opened fire the second the birds were in range.
This time it actually worked. For about 10 seconds.
The gun jammed again.
It had happened twice, in 1 week.
So the army tried something new, mounting a machine gun onto the back of a truck.
A mobile weapons platform. Genius, really.
Except emus can run up to 50 kilometers an hour.
The truck hit every rut, rock, and gopher hole available.
The gunner couldn't aim. He could barely hold on.
At one point, the driver swerved hard to avoid an emu and nearly drove the whole truck into a fence.
Not a single shot landed.
The emus, for their part, appeared completely unbothered.
One soldier later admitted the emus could, quote, outdistance a truck.
They tried this for days.
Same result every time. By now, word had gotten out. Newspapers back in the cities started running headlines.
One report even joked the emus had never been so well protected. Meanwhile, back in Canberra, Parliament was having a field day. One member of Parliament stood up and asked, completely seriously, whether the emus involved would receive military medals for, quote, outmaneuvering the armed forces of the Commonwealth. The chamber apparently laughed for a full minute.
Meredith was not laughing. After about a month of this, the operation was quietly shut down.
So, final tally.
Rounds fired? Somewhere around 10,000.
Confirmed emu kills. By Meredith's own count, about 50.
Some later, more generous estimates claimed a few hundred.
Nobody outside the operation really believed the higher number.
Even taking the generous version, that's still thousands and thousands of rounds per confirmed bird. The emu population, meanwhile, was estimated at 20,000.
It hadn't gone down in any noticeable way.
Australia had, by any honest measure, lost a military engagement to a bird.
A bird whose entire strategy was run in a random direction.
And it had worked. Here's the part most people don't know, though. The military lost. But the actual problem, the crop damage, still needed.
So the government tried something almost insultingly simple.
A bounty, cash per emu, paid to local farmers who dealt with it themselves.
No machine guns, no trucks, no major.
Just regular farmers with regular guns, doing it themselves.
In the first 6 months of that bounty system alone, over 50,000 emus were dealt with. Three trained soldiers with machine guns and a truck. 50 confirmed kills in a month.
Untrained farmers with regular rifles, 50,000 in 6 months.
Turns out the problem was never the emus. The problem was bringing an army to a job that needed a shotgun and a bit of patience.
Today, the Great Emu War is one of the most cited wars humanity technically lost in history.
It's taught in military strategy classes, referenced in comedy shows, turned into memes every single year. So yesterday, in a real, documented military operation, the Australian Army was outmaneuvered by a bird with a brain a fraction the size of its own. So they fought. And depending on how you count it, may still be losing.
If a bird with a brain the size of a walnut can beat the Australian army,